a posted sign. They marked their territory all the way up through there. Did you see them tail up, kick scratching? What they call kick scratch, where, you know, you ever see a dog where he smells another dog and then he pees, especially a male dog, and then he kicks his back legs. They did that I don't know how many times. He's still doing it out there, going away. But what interests me is they had no desire to go over here and get our wind and commit. You know, typically a coyote, they I think there's an old den hole right there where they were standing for a long time by that Spanish dagger.
Is this somebody else's territory, you think?
It could be, or it could be, you know, they're really prepping for denning, and you know, so they're really worried about maintaining the territory, and they could obviously see up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that gave them a visual. They felt comfortable. They could look up here the whole time, and they didn't get any visual response. You know what I mean? No. I didn't see coyote pups running up here, or, you know. So whatever the dynamics were in there, it was a very interesting call-in.
I love it because I've never seen coyotes. I've heard them call, you know, if I have a call out, I've heard them call back, but I've never been able to coax them in.
Yeah.
To get them closer.
And, you know, I'm assuming that's the pair, and that's their core territory is in there. I didn't hear any other coyotes.
No, I didn't either.
This area here can get plumb full of coyotes.
Yeah.
It wasn't. They felt comfortable. It wasn't that. It's just that I think they knew that they could see up here, and they didn't get that visual response, so therefore they didn't commit, and then they kept on doing what they were doing, and that was marking territory.
You think they've been called before?
I imagine, you know.
Because if you think about it, they started over there, and they just parallel.
But the thing that contradicts like them, like all they would have had to do was run over here to our wind and smell us, you know. Any coyote that's been called before and it has learned that, or quote unquote educated, he's going to go to the wind. You know, that's just what they do to sniff out the prey anyway. Sure. You know, that's their nose is their like, I mean, it's their deal breaker. Yeah. You know, so they weren't spooked. There was nothing about those coyotes that was spooked. It was all about they didn't get a visual response, and therefore they were going to go do what they were going to do. You know, if they would have had a visual response up here, I don't even think a little decoy would have worked for them. They were coming out of territory. That's why they were marking. You know, and once they, you know, maybe they got over here and then they didn't see what they thought they should see. Maybe they thought it was over the hill. Who knows? You know what I mean? But maybe it was just enough out of their territory to where it didn't entice them to come anymore. They were not interested in prey distress sound at all.
No.
At all.